All right, folks, we are just hours away from Mr. Alzheimer's himself being inaugurated, Mr. Joseph Biden. Can you believe? Can you believe? Crazy times, right? Crazy times. I wanted to talk a little bit about this because, I've talked a little bit about this whole thing since, over the past few months and so it's just really, really crazy. Really, really crazy times that we live in. I wanted to share with you a few of the theories that I've heard before, and at this point it's like I don't even know what I believe anymore. I don't even know what to believe anymore because there's so much craziness in the world, so nothing would surprise me at this point. So I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on what's going on? Do you think it's everything's perfectly normal, everything's perfectly fine, or do you think there's something fishy, something weird, something not right about what is going on? Something just doesn't feel right. That's how I feel. Something just does not feel right. Something is not right. So let's talk about that. So we have Mr. Alzheimer's. It's going to be... Here's the thing. It's going to be so many people who are going to say that he's an illegitimate president for the fact that he can't function properly because he's so darn old. I mean, come on. There should be an age limit. He's so darn old. He forgets things. He says things that are completely inaccurate, completely wrong because he mistakenly confuses things together. Because he's old. I mean, come on. He's old. But there's going to be plenty of people who are going to say he's illegitimate due to the whole election process and some of the shadiness regarding how the votes came in, okay? Late at night, under the table, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go too much into that because you can look up that information yourself. But there's a lot of shadiness regarding how his votes came in. And if you look at like the chart, you see two lines going up and then you see Biden's votes go ahead of Trump's in multiple states. It's like, But again, I'm not here to say either way what would have happened there. I have my own thoughts on that, but so there's going to be plenty of people, half the country, are going to say he's illegitimate for that reason. And to everyone who is on the other side, who thinks he is legitimate, who supports him, you have no right to criticize those people who think he's illegitimate because it's those same people who thought Trump was illegitimate, 4 years ago. It's like, it's illegitimate. He's illegitimate president. He's not, for completely different reasons. He's not a politician. He should not be a president. He's racist and sexist and all this other stuff, which I don't, I think that is blown out of proportion for the most part. And then people are like, oh, all this interference from foreign country, all this interference. And we spent, the government, the taxpayers spent all that money investigating all this for so many years to turn up nothing, zero, zilch. Absolutely ridiculous. That's why the government does not work in your favor. Okay, the government does not work in your favor. Democrat or Republican, it doesn't matter. The Democrats, the Republicans, they don't work in your favor. They only work for themselves and to further their own agenda. That's all that it is. And I would say during this election cycle, both parties have died. Both parties have died. It's time for something new, something brand new. Now this is the interesting thing. So over the past few weeks, probably like 2 weeks, even Trump supporters have started to just abandon him. And it's interesting because he was hated by so many people. But he was loved by so many people. Either way you look at it, he could go down in history as the best president ever or the worst president ever. Depends on how you look at it. To so many people, he's going to go down as the best. To so many other people, he's going to go down as the worst. Where I stand is, I think there's certainly plenty of good that he's done, but there's also bad that he's done. I can't, name specifics. I don't know everything that he's done, but there are certain things that I've liked that he said, that he's done, that make perfect sense. And, as I said, I know people who, they don't want, other countries taking people's... He was about America. He was about people in America having jobs here in America, not outsourcing it, not allowing people, outside the country to just come in illegally and all that sort of stuff. That's why that wall was built. The wall was not built because he's racist. The wall was built to stop people from coming here illegally. I don't know why people say he's because he's racist. He put that wall. It's like, no, does not make sense. But anyway, yeah, I think that whole thing is just kind of weird. Anyway, but that's beside the point. So there are some good, there are some bad. But even, as I said, even his supporters are kind of backing down because they realize it's like, during your last few days, what have you done here? You're not doing some of your promises. You're not exposing all this corruption like you should have been. Not only that, imagine for a month saying all this stuff about this a fraud, this fraudulent election, this voter fraud and everything. And then, well, what are you going to do about it? And look what the end result was. Nothing actually transpired from that. Nothing happened from that. He got all of his people all riled up about this, but nothing happened at the end. It just made people more and more angry, more and more divided, more and more upset. Maybe that was the plan. I don't know, but what I will say is, there are a lot of people who are very concerned. Just like 4 years ago, a lot of people on the other side were very concerned about Trump coming in. But what did he do? He didn't do anything that was destroying your businesses and destroying your livelihood. According to the employment, it was some of the lowest unemployment until this past year under him. So that is a wonderful thing. But now we have Mr. Alzheimer's coming in with Miss Communist Harris here, who is going to be the real president, not Mr. Alzheimer's, who can't even remember. He couldn't even remember who he was running against. But anyway, interesting thing about that, I think he represents the New World Order. He represents this new normal that is coming in, this globalism. And that's interesting because I don't know why people would want that. Here's the exact reason, okay? Because it's his slogan that he uses for his campaign, Build Back Better. That is a new world order, the new normal, whatever it is, whatever you wish to call it. That is the slogan of that, the slogan of the Great Reset, to reset everything. That's what it's all about. Not only that, people that he's picked to be, in his cabinet are people who are very much in favor of this Great Reset. This thing that is happening. Reset the entire economy, the ways of living. Reset it all, right? Change it all. Again, why would anyone be in favor of that? Well, it's interesting. Let's just take a look at what's happening today. Because here's the thing. If this was any normal year, any normal election, I would say things would probably be completely normal today. Who knows? They very well possibly could be. That is one scenario. That things could be completely normal today. But I would, out of all the things that I've heard, I would be surprised if things are normal today. Why? Because it's already not normal. There are so many people who are divided, who think that he won fair and square, and then the other half of the country who thought he was illegitimate. Okay? We're literally divided equal here, half and half. But it's not just that, no. If you look at the amount of people, well, rather the amount of the soldiers and National Guard that are at the Capitol building, I think it's like 25,000. Isn't that insane? Think about that for a moment. Does that seem fishy to you? Does that seem odd to you? Does that seem off to you? And is this a reaction to what happened 2 weeks ago at that building where some people broke in? Do you think that was an overreaction? I certainly think that was an overreaction. Where was all that during all the burning down of small businesses last year in the summer? That was way worse. No matter how you look at it, that was way, way, way worse. That lasted for way longer. That didn't just last for a day. That lasted, weeks and months on end. That was the most horrendous and terrifying thing if you live close to that, having all of your businesses, all the people who were killed. I don't know how many people were killed. There were a decent amount of people who were killed, including police officers. The news seemed to just soak it all up. Like, this is great. They're protesting for equal rights. It's like, no, they are. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that. But if that's a reaction to that, it's very over exaggerated, this reaction of all these soldiers there. The other thing is, you gotta remember, Biden was voted by computers. Trump was voted by the people. Biden was voted by computers. No one really likes Biden. Let's face it, no one really cares about him. The main reason people voted for him was an anti-Trump vote. Let's to be honest here. No one really likes Biden. There are some people who absolutely do, who are true supporters of him, but guess what? Most people, I would say the majority of people who voted for him as an anti-Trump vote. And when you vote against something that you hate, it's going to come back with a vengeance. It really is. When you do something with a negative mindset, negative attitude, in a way that you hate the opposition of what you're trying to avoid, it's going to come back and bite you really bad. So I don't know what's going to happen. But that's just something else that I've noticed, okay? So maybe that's why they need all those people there, because they know, that's why they need all those soldiers there, because they know that no one's going to show up to his inauguration. No one's going to show up because no one really cared about him. And it's sad because, look, he's an old man. He seems nice despite the fact that all of the corruption that he has. He's a politician. All politicians corrupt and everything. But I just don't know. But anyway, so that's one scenario. That things can be completely normal today. I kind of doubt it because it's already not normal with all of the National Guard there, okay? Let me tell you some of the other crazy things here that I have heard. So, let me tell you. So, well, if this inauguration goes through or whatever here, which, nothing would surprise me at this point. Nothing would surprise me. You realize that, he's very old, he's very frail, he's already worn out, he hasn't even had the job yet. There's no way he can last for 4 years. Let's be honest here. He steps down, and then Miss Communist Harris comes on in. She was the real one here. First female president, done so in a odd manner. A very forceful type of manner. It's like, you are going to accept this new president. You are not allowed to get close to her. Very strange. I've also heard things about, what if something happens to Mr. Biden? It's like right before he becomes inaugurated or right after, It's like, I'm now president. I'm going to step down now, or who knows what else could happen. Maybe he's so old, maybe he has a heart attack. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen because he's not really all there. I don't think he's really all that healthy. But who knows? I think she's mostly the one who is going to be it here. So another thing that I've heard. And this one's just really out there, but again, nothing would surprise me. And I don't know what to make of this, but apparently there are these theories of this whole plan that has been set for many, many years. Trust the plan, whatever that is. What is the plan? Well, apparently it is said that what's going to happen is Biden will not become president. Something's going to happen and it's going to be delayed, or he's going to be arrested before he puts his hand on that Bible to become inaugurated. All the National Guard that is there, it is to help Trump in some way. Or, oh gosh, I just, And then at some point, all of communications are going to shut down. The internet's going to shut down. It's going to be completely like black for, a period of time. And you're going to receive emergency alerts on your cell phone from a Trump about what's happening. And it's like, okay, where is this information coming from? Who has this information? Who's making up this information if they're making it up? I don't know. But this whole trust the plan thing, let me tell you this. I have heard this for months, and they keep moving the goalpost. Just like the virus. Remember the virus last year? 2 weeks to stop the spread. That was it. That was the finish line. 2 weeks are over. Oh, wait, we have to move it out. Oh, wait until our vaccine's here. Oh, just keep moving it out. The goalpost kept moving. Just like this whole trust the plan thing with this president. Remember? Okay. Whole back then, it's like, okay, Trump's going to become president for four more years. He's going to be re-elected in November. He's going to become president for another 4 years. Everything's going to be fine. That is part of the plan. Oh, wait, that didn't happen. Oh, it didn't happen because you have to show the corruption and the fraud within the voting systems so everyone is aware of it. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. Okay. But then he's going to win in court. He's going to overturn it. He's going to win in court. Okay. That didn't happen. So then, okay. January 6th, Mike Pence is going to overturn the election. He's going to throw it back to the state, and they have to decertify and whatever. That didn't happen. November 20th, Trump is going to overturn this election, and he's going to take back control, and Biden's not going to be inaugurated. He's going to resign. He's going to step down. He's going to whatever. We are there today. What's going to happen? Then I can imagine it saying, Biden's going to get in. It's going to be perfectly fine. He had to get in. This is part of the plan as well. He has to be in for a few weeks. And then just so you see how it is under his administration, and then Trump is going to come back and reclaim his power. I'm like, where does it end? Where is this plan going? If there was a plan, why does the goalpost keep moving? Is there even a plan? Honestly, I've watched some of these videos that talk about this, because I'm trying to learn how other people are thinking about this. I don't know if I necessarily believe it myself, because it just doesn't, I'm not seeing anything. If I actually saw things put into action, then it would make perfect sense. But I'm not really seeing it. I'm not seeing what is happening here. What is happening? I don't know. It's just fascinating, because people have all these different perspectives. It's like, after a few weeks, what if these people say, it's like, we have to give it a few more months in order for, the corruption to be exposed fully. Oh wait, we have to give it 4 years. It's like, come on. At that point, he's already done his whole term. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, look, let me tell you, there would be nothing better than I would like for all that to be true. Because then it will expose all the lies, all the corruption within government, because we know how corrupt the government is. We know how corrupt the politicians are, the Democrats, the Republicans. They're all corrupt. They all should be going to jail. There'd be nothing better than to see Hillary Clinton go to jail, Barack Obama go to jail, George W. Bush go to jail, Biden go to jail. There'd be nothing better than to see all those people go to jail. And people want Trump to go to jail too, of course, because guess what? All these people, they're all corrupt. They never go to jail. They never take responsibility for their actions that hurt other people, that kill plenty of other people. And they never They never have any sort of form of punishment. Never. They're not like you and I. They're not standard citizens where you could run a red light and you could be, fined and charged for all these different things, from endangering people's lives. You could not wear a mask in a store and be charged with attempted murder. It's like, what the heck? You could be carrying, a small amount of marijuana that you may need for some sort of pain that you have and be charged with, possession of drugs. It's like, where does it end? Yet the politicians, the people who are the true criminals here. Remember the whole slogan that Trump had, drain the swamp as well? Get rid of all of the swamp creatures, all of the corrupt politicians. Lock her up. That was a great thing. 4 years ago, I love that. It's like, yes, Hillary Clinton needs to go to jail. Where is she now? She's not in jail. Well, wait. No, that's part of the plan, to wait until this time right now for Biden to get in and then arrest them all. It's like, when are people going to realize that this just doesn't make any sense? But guess what? Honestly, despite the fact that it may seem a bit unrealistic, we live in strange times. We live in a time like a year ago. Would you have imagined the whole world would have locked down due to a virus? Did you imagine that entire businesses would be completely destroyed? Did you imagine the things that have occurred in the last year happening? I don't think any of us were aware of what was going to happen. So honestly, if all of those trust the plan things actually do come to fruition over the next coming weeks, that would not surprise me, because we live in strange times. We live in strange times. The world is not how you knew it a year ago, where things seemed relatively normal. Things are very strange now. Things are very weird now. There's so much craziness going on. And not only that, when you consider, this is the great awakening that is happening. People are having these spiritual awakenings where they are becoming true with themselves. They're learning about the world. They're learning about what's really happening in the world and how corrupt all these people are. We have the planets aligning. That doesn't happen for, hundreds and hundreds of years. The age of Aquarius, which is about truth, about being open and honest and coming into, who you are. So nothing would surprise me at this point. But I'm just curious. Does anyone really believe those things here? Is it legitimate? I don't know. I think only time will tell, and who knows? So, my thought on all of this, let me tell you what I really think about all this. This is what I think is going to happen. Let me show you this image. Oh, hang on a minute. That's right, my camera shield. There we go. This. Biden 0, Trump 0, Kanye. This is the next president of the United States. Trump ain't going to be inaugurated. Biden ain't going to be inaugurated. It's Kanye. All this time, he's been the winner. We will learn the truth today, that he was the victor after all. Honestly, even that wouldn't surprise me. Even that wouldn't surprise me. So, anyway, I had my theories about, I told you, I don't know how long ago it was, but I had a feeling Trump wasn't going to be president and Biden wasn't going to be president. But I also had the feeling that communist Harris wasn't going to be president either. I feel as though the whole system was just kind of crumbling down, and it kind of is. This whole system, because guess what? People are so divided. Half the country is not going to support Biden. Half the country is going to support, Trump. But he's not president anymore. Or maybe he is. Maybe there's two presidents now. I don't know. But I think the whole system is completely being changed at this point because people are so divided. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just say be prepared for anything. If something really bad happens today, you have to be prepared. Be ready. Be prepared for whatever could happen. Or if things are completely normal, I don't know. That would be the craziest thing if things were normal. I would be shocked if things were normal today. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we're only a few hours away from Mr. Alzheimer's putting his hand on the Bible, probably forgetting what a Bible even is, forgetting who his wife is, forgetting who his kids are, forgetting, what am I running for again? Oh, did I just win the lottery? You know, I don't know. But anyway, he's not that bad, or maybe he is that bad. I don't know. But yeah, curious to know what your thoughts are. That's going to do it for this video. You all take care. And depending on how things go, I'll talk about this tomorrow. It's going to be pretty crazy because I have different ideas about different things depending on how things go today. So you all take care. Have a wonderful one, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.